Look, it's just so obvious, and Australians know it so well, and of course Americans know it now as well. I mean, if you want to be a sovereign nation, you must control your borders. I would have thought this issue was the number one issue behind Britain leaving the EU, the whole Brexit debate going back many years now. Yet governments, especially left-wing governments, can't bring themselves to be strong enough to control their borders. This must be the wind under the wings of Nigel Farage, surely, and is going to have a big impact on the next election.
Well, he's done an extensive interview in the UK media here on the weekend where he's saying he wants to overhaul legislation here. He wants to introduce a Bill of Rights, and he wants to be able to introduce the ability to arrest, detain and deport illegal migrants. And this, I can tell you, Chris, is resonating with a lot of people. There's a survey in the Times of London this morning that shows 70% of Britons think that Keir Starmer is doing a bad job of the migration problems here, and 50% of those Labor voters are also annoyed about this. So his own voting constituency. So he really needs to get a handle on this. But I can tell you, Chris, from being at those protests, the people that are talking to me are discussing about Nigel Farage and their annoyance at Keir Starmer, and they're not even mentioning the Conservative Party.
Yeah, completely frozen out. It's a fascinating political dynamic, and we've seen it before. It does have, without all the embellishments of personality, it is redolent of Donald Trump, because I think border control was such a big issue with Donald Trump and his rise in the US. I want to get your thoughts on another fascinating development that's unfolding across the UK, because I think it's familiar to Australians. You know, there's so much uncertainty about our national flag here. Whenever the Prime Minister speaks, there's 3 flags behind him. When we have these protests on the weekend, you never see an Australian flag. And in fact, people are sometimes arrested because of the provocation of an Australian flag. Can you believe it? But the flag, the national flag in England and the flag of Great Britain is making a bit of a comeback.
Well, it is indeed, Chris, because when the Lionesses here won the EuroLeague in July, many people raised their flags above their homes, above their businesses, and they've kept them up. But what's happened in Birmingham, in northern England, is that the council has told people to take these flags down. They say there's safety issues with them, but the public are fighting back, saying, hang on a moment, there's Palestinian flags that are being allowed to fly. Why is not the Union Jack being allowed to fly in the UK? So as a result, flag sales are going up here. Many people are defying the orders and flying flags above their businesses and homes, and fed up being told what to do by these councils who seem to have double standards, Chris.
Yeah, what a great way of fighting back. The silent majority saying, if you don't want us to fly our nation's flag, we'll buy one and fly it. Good on them, sticking it up them. Thanks so much, Sophie. Appreciate it. Sophie Elsworth there, live from the UK.